What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I have a Ballsplanation episode 2 for you, only about 7 months after the first one came out. But today I'm going to show you guys how a PBA touring professional will build an arsenal going to a tournament. So typically when you're flying to a tournament, let's assume that I'm flying to a tournament, I know nothing about the house, I don't know anything about the lanes, what pattern I'm bowling on, I'm going in blind. I've got 6 balls to choose. I'm going to show you guys my thought process on how you should build your arsenal to have success on a wide range of bowling conditions. It's important to have a good combination of, strong covers, weak covers, asymmetric, symmetric, everything top to bottom and in between. And it always helps, of course, if you yourself are a little bit more versatile with your speed, your release, rev rate, rotation, all that stuff. So without further ado, let's get right into the bowling balls. So first thing I'm thinking about, if I'm going to a tournament, I'm bowling on a pattern, I gotta pick it. You gotta take it. The urethane ball. What do you think, buddy, huh? We take this one? I think they both approve. All right, the next ball, I'm thinking you're gonna need big, just in case you go to a house that has, very fresh lane panels maybe. They're laying a high volume ball on maybe a long pattern or something. You don't want to get caught not having a ball that's early enough, because if you do, you show up, you don't have a ball that's early enough, you're kind of a sitting duck. You're playing the waiting game until the lanes break down, if they ever do. So for me, it's the gem. I also have a proton physics with me. I just find the gem to be a little earlier, a little more responsive off the spot. It just suits my eye better, but you could choose a proton, you could choose a reality as well. There's a reality there, it's not mine, that's Mary's. But for me, it's gonna be the gem. Hey, you. All right, there we go. 2 out of 6. What do we think so far, huh? Oh, okay. All right, now that we got our urethane balls and we got the top of our bag situated, we're getting into what I call kind of the meat of the bag. And what I mean about that is they're going to be balls that you're going to be throwing for probably the majority of the block. Balls that work well in transition, that you can throw a lot across the whole lane. And what ball better to do that than the trusty Phase 2. So there I have my Phase 2. Let's grab that. You can also do idle Helios if that suits you a little bit better. For me, I just like the stronger cover on the Phase 2. If you have an original idle, that works as well. Phase 2. Do I get the stamp of approval? Calling that a yes. All right, into the bag. And there's half of our bag. All right, we got our solids, we got our earlier balls. Phase 2 we know is kind of the middle ball that I'm likely to be throwing on a lot of different patterns across the whole lane, but I might need something a little bit cleaner in case there are higher friction surfaces. It's good to balance your asyms, your symmetrics, and so on and so forth. And we only have 1 asym in there. We could afford 2 in a 6-ball arsenal. So I'm gonna need a little bit of a cleaner cover, but with that bigger core, just to have a variety of shapes. And I'm thinking, God, this is tough. The new reality check or infinite. I'm gonna go infinite physics just because the reality check cover is very strong and it could be rendered useless if I am going to a higher friction surface. All right, buddy, 4th one. I think he likes it. All right, into the bag, the infinite physics goes. I think we're looking all right here. What's up? What are we doing? All right, 4 down, 2 to go. I've got my urethane ball, my pitcher plaque, obviously. I've got the gem. I've got the strong cover early diggy ball. I've got Phase 2. I've got infinite physics, my 2 meat of the bag balls, transition balls I can throw across the lane. Now I'm going to need some balls if they're a little dry. So what am I thinking? I've got a few options here. So I've got two sides of the coin. I've got my higher RG pearl balls, clean balls. I'm definitely picking one of those two. And I've got my lower RG cleaner balls between the Trend 2 and the Zen Soul. A Zen would also work in this situation, but mine is on the truck, so I can't put that in the video. But out of these two, for me, I just find that the Trend 2 works a little bit better. Do we approve? I think he likes it. Buddy, don't you know that man beat me in the Masters? I don't think he cares. Into the bag we go. We're almost complete. Last but not least, like I said, we need our clean ball just in case they are cooking. We've got High Road Pearl, and we've got the new Wolverine Dark Moss. We also have a Hustle Camo, but I don't think the Hustle Camo is quite as versatile. I think right now, I like what I see out of the Dark Moss, so I'm going to choose the Dark Moss. But you can never go wrong with old High Road Pearl. But, I mean, this ball's new, so I'm going to pick it. Hey, don't eat that. Last ball, buddy. Yeah, let me grab that. Gimme. Stop trying to eat my bowling balls. Last ball in the bag. There we go. And that's it. That's our 6-ball arsenal. So let's just walk through the bag one last time, just to recap what we've got going here. We've got pitch black, as he pointed out. You always need a urethane ball, especially if you're a higher rev player. If you are a little bit of a lower rev player, maybe higher ball speed, more ball speed dominant, you could probably get away with not needing one of those, and you can add probably another middle of the range ball or maybe another asymmetric ball, like that reality check, to give you a wider range of looks. But for me, I know my game, I will be throwing a urethane ball more often than not. And then next, as he points out, we have the Gem, big cover, big core, low RG. Like I said, proton physics works as well, reality, those kinds of balls. And then next we have the Phase 2. You can never go wrong with the Phase 2. Kind of the do everything ball. You can't really go wrong with the Phase 2. You can play straight with it. You can move left with it. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. And then we've got Infinite Physics. Cleaner cover with that REX cover. Doesn't have too much of the nano additive like the Gem does. So it should get down the lane a lot better. Hey, don't lick that. Cleaner cover with a bigger core, obviously. You can see it's asymmetric. We'll get it started up a little bit better in the mid lane than the other two balls in this bag, which are the Trend 2. So this one does have a little bit more of a nano cover, but it's 2-part pearl, 1-part solid hybrid, so it still is fairly clean, but just gives that unique look with the mid-low RG and the middle diff, and it should work nicely with the Phase 2. And then last but not least, I have my clean higher RG option with a Wolverine Dark Moss. It having that S70 cover is definitely the cleanest cover of them all, as well as a higher RG, which is, I believe, 254 and 053. Is that right? You don't know. Highest RG of all these balls. It still has a good amount of diff, so I can throw it a little bit more across the lane. It's not just subject to if the lanes are super smoking. It should work well. But yeah, that's the bag and the child. What do you think, buddy? Good? Okay. It's important, guys, when you're building your own bag for a tournament where you don't know anything about the house or the pattern, that you know your own game. Not everyone's going to build their bag like I do. Like I said, some people don't need urethane balls. Some people need a couple more stronger balls. And ultimately, you go with the balls that you have the most confidence in. Like I said, you want a variety of covers, cores, and ultimately you want to be able to cover, different, what I'll call, windows of hook. For example, the Gem will be the closest window to me, along with the pitch black, obviously. And then the kind of the Phase 2 and the Infinite hit that next window. The Trend 2 hits another window a little further down the lane than that, and then the Wolverine hits the furthest down window. So you want to cover all those windows, different shapes, But like I said earlier as well, it also helps when you have a lot of versatility as well, because then your 6 balls can become 12, 18, 24 balls if you have a bunch of different releases. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Say thank you. No? Okay. Thanks again, guys, for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a few things from episode 2 of Ballsplanations. Sorry it came out so late, didn't know what to film. I later decided this morning that, hey, I'm going to film this. And you can tell it's really early in the morning because my hair is a mess. Hit that like button, drop a comment, let me know what else you guys want to see from Ballsplanations. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.